Hey everybody, it's me Shane. I'm here to give you another Digimon Adventure 2020 episode recap and review. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. This is episode 19 and the title is called HOWL Jyouken. And that will come up later on why it's that title. So, we get a little recap with Nidhogmon appearing and really threatening to destroy Tokyo from inside the digital world. We get a miracle with Omegamon, and after they defeated, unfortunately, Sora and the other children, along with their Digimon, are stuck into some kind of sandstorm. And, Yamato and Tai are there with Agumon and Gabumon. And, in my notes, we're quickly, and I didn't realize that this wasn't part of the recap because we did see Devimon towards the end of the episode, but they did give us a nice little slow intro where Devimon was speaking and saying how Nidhogmon's evolution is going to yield great results for something else in the future. And he's talking to several other Digimon. The first one we see, I couldn't really tell what it was. I thought it might be Gesomon just because I see those tentacles, but now that I was thinking about it, it could be Marine Devimon, which is, another subcategory. Gesomon is a champion level. This is an ultimate level Digimon, and Devimon controls ultimate level Digimon. He's controlled a Metal Tyrannomon, which is one of the most powerful Digimon. So, another one he talks to is a Digimon we have not seen since Digimon Frontier, aka Digimon Season 4, for those of you in America. It is this. This was the corrupt spirit of darkness, Voldermon, which I think in the Japanese VPAT, he's been kind of officially named an ultimate level. Usually the beast forms in Digimon Frontier were called, the beast forms were on par with the ultimate level. And he was speaking to this guy who we haven't seen since Digimon Cross Wars. This is Skull Knightmon. I'm a big fan of Skull Knightmon. I'm pretty sure he's a rookie level, but he's really strong, especially when he digivolves and crosses up with Axmon. Axmon wasn't shown, but he's talking to these three different Digimon very cryptically. I'm going to expect that they're going to end up doing something to the chosen children. And after that little, I don't want to say interlude, but after seeing that, we go into Taichi trying to use his Digivice to talk to the others and find the others, while him and Yamato are walking in this desert with these weird symbols going around. Not symbols, but structures around them. And he's able to finally talk to Koshiro. And Koshiro tells him that him, Sora, Mimi, and Joe, they're all in Tokyo. They're in Tokyo right after they just finished saving it. So it's nighttime. And unfortunately, their partner Digimon are nowhere to be found. Excuse me. So while Koshiro says he's going to just take charge and try to figure out what's going on there, Taichi and Yamato say, well, we're just going to go and try to find the Holy Digimon. Get all this, straightened out. That was the mission since episode 7. Maybe episode 6 or episode 7. They're going to keep on the path. And, Taichi mentions that they're going to just keep the same way that Ogremon said to keep going. Well, as soon as they're done talking to Taichi, lo and behold, Taichi's mother and his sister, Hikari, walking up with a cat carrier saying, hey, what are you guys doing? What are you doing, Sora? I'm going to go get the car because now traffic's moving. And they ask her to watch Hikari. It's Hikari. I hope it's Hikari, not Hikara. Yeah, Hikari. Which I'm really interested. They didn't cut back into this quick. It's not. This is a spoiler, but they didn't really cut back into going into the real world like they normally do with going back and forth. I'm really interested in seeing what conversation Hikari is going to have with them, especially since she did see the battle. So we go back to Taichi and Yamato. They're still walking on through the desert. And then suddenly, this massive Digimon starts stomping around, and it's this guy. This is Valvemon. We first saw Valvemon in Digimon World 3, where you did have to fight him. Very, very massive, very large Digimon. It turns out that this too is a carrier Digimon. And I'm pretty sure Valvemon is an ultimate level Digimon. I didn't double check that. but inside of him were dozens upon dozens of these. These are Troopmon, little rookie Digimon, and a quick spoiler: if the silhouette, I instantly knew this was Minotaurmon, which it turned out to be Minotaurmon. He has a little Buster arm. This is a champion level Digimon. And well, the Troopmon, Minotaurmon sees the chosen children. He said, well, they weren't part of the deal. We're just going to kill them. The Troopmon come out, and they all have that same dark mist pouring out of them that many other of the evil Digimon have had pour out of them. And they have these guns, and they're just trying to shoot at them, while the plan that Tachi and Yamato have is just, we just need to run. They're quickly surrounded. But then lo and behold, they are saved by Leomon. And Leomon comes riding in. They didn't say this Digimon's name, but this is Pac-Mon. Pac-Mon is the evolution of this Digimon, Falcomon, who also happened to be riding with Leomon with this Digimon, Spidermon. Spidermon first showed up in Cross Wars as a little rookie helper. Cross Wars didn't have levels, but his official level is rookie. And this guy is a rookie. And this is actually the 2006 version from the Digimon Next series, or it's also called Digimon Sabers in English. Falcomon also has another form that doesn't look as cool, kind of gangly, mangy looking, my opinion. And they come riding on these Pac-Mon. Pac-Mon looks like a ninja, moves like a ninja. Leomon slices the eyes of Valvemon, because Valvemon, while also a Digimon, again, he's a fortress. And that cuts off the feed for those inside to see. They're out there slightly kicking butt, but they're grabbing Yamato and Taichi and saying, all right, let's get out of here. And once they leave, they regroup, and Leomon says, are you guys the chosen children that helped Neymon? Of course, Yamato was there helping Neymon, and him and Galvamon are happy to hear that Neymon and his group made it to meet up with Leomon, and they're being taken care of by some other troops and some other people that are helping Leomon. And Leomon is, going through the spiel saying, we're attacking Valvemon because we heard that they have a cargo that Devimon wants, and this cargo has something to do with the Holy Digimon. And he goes into telling them, who Devimon is, like saying, Devimon is this dark Digimon. These Digimon are in cahoots with him. If he wants this, we want to stop him from having it. Taichi and Yamato instantly say, we're going to help you because our whole thing has been trying to help the Holy Digimon and find out what's going on with them. So they get a couple Pac-Mon and then they ride off. Now something interesting that I found out, they mentioned, again, they're on the Cloud Continent, which before, if you remember Series 1, before they even fought Devimon or even finished him off, they were on the File Island. So it is nice to find out where some of these places are in the digital world. Also, this is also the original voice actor of Leomon doing Leomon. So, the Valvemon is actually having his eyes repaired by the Troopmon. I do find that very interesting. We are getting a lot of carrier Digimon like Cannon Beamon. These things are alive, but at the same time, they're, robotic, and I do appreciate how they're going about this. So, as they are infiltrating inside of Valvemon, Gabumon Digivolves into Garurumon. They're just, slowly making their way through. Leomon is taking care of the Troopmon behind them while they keep moving forward. They get to a dummy storage room. Even Leomon says, this is too easy. This is obviously not the right place. We gotta keep going deeper. They go deeper, and inside they see this large cylinder that's glowing, and they're met by Minotaurmon. Leomon calls him by name. I showed you with the giant buckler left arm. And he says, well, for the chosen children, I have this Digimon for you to fight. And he brings out Bullmon. Bullmon is the same size as Greymon, which in the grand scale, you have Nidhogmon, which is the size of a skyscraper. You have Valvemon, which is the size of like a 2-story building. It's a fortress Digimon. A Bull being the same size as Greymon, which is just 2 stories, the size of the house. level dinosaur Digimon. It's pretty big. At the same time, Garurumon is big too, but I always imagine some of the Digimon being like the actual sizes of the animals that they're mimicking. Little fun fact: Bullmon is an armor level Digimon in season 2 of Digimon Adventure, or Digimon Armor Digimon were either on par with champions, and some of them were on par with ultimate levels. There's actually 2 Armor Digimon that are mega level, so pretty interesting. So Tachi gets Agumon to digivolve into Greymon. Greymon and Garurumon are trying to take on Garurumon, of course, with the help of their tamers. Leomon insists that he takes on Minotaurmon, and we get some really good banter between them as they're having this fight. Leomon says that Minotaurmon turned to the dark side and joined Devrymon, and Minotaurmon says Devrymon's plan is going to change Digimon, and as a matter of fact, it's going to change the digital world. Whatever the heck that means. The fight they had was really, really good. Like, Minotaurmon used that giant buckler to do a thing called the Darkness Quake, which sends like a purple wave at Leomon. It was really good. Leomon's using his sword the whole time and says, we're going to end up using fists. So, Yamato and Garurumon save Taichi, because Taichi's watching Leomon fight, and Bullmon's charging right at him. And Yamato, without really speaking, he kind of gives Taichi a visual cue, and they lead Bullmon right into Greymon. Greymon starts to glow because Taichi, obviously, like I've been saying this whole time, they're fighting together, so that bond is making him glow from that Digivice, and his glow bright orange, shoots a Mega Flare, and into 1,000 pixels, turns Bullmon. Also important to note, when Leomon first met up to save them, when they beat the Troopmon, those Troopmon didn't die or anything, but when they infiltrated, they were not taking any prisoners. Very, very, very nice little touch and important thing to note. So after they defeat Bullmon, we go back to Minotaurmon fighting Leomon. Of course, like I said before, Leomon said we're going to fight with fists. He finally brings out the Jyouken, which is translated, when translated to English for localization for the first anime, they called it Fist of the Beast King. He gets this glowing orange on his hand. It becomes a lion's head, and he smashes with that buckler. And as Bullmon, starts to hold it, kind of like a Mega Man pose to charge it up again, Leomon takes the free hand, does Shin Jyouken, and just punches him straight in the diaphragm area. This guy's gonna dissipate and die soon, but he says that a new era of evolution is coming. Very ominous thing. Right before he dies, and he says, there's nothing, they're not even prepared for the Chosen Children or Leomon. Bursts into 1,000 pieces. Leomon takes that blade, cuts open the cargo, and inside is Takeru, aka TK, Yamato's little brother. And then that was the episode. We get our Digimon Encyclopedia. I'm glad they're switching these towards the end and just getting right into the episodes. Even though it doesn't really take you out towards the end, but it's a good place to put it. This one's was Ikakumon. It was letting us, Koshiro was letting us know that the red claws on his hand can actually be heated up. That's a pretty cool thing to note. I'm glad we're getting little tidbits about these Digimon. Next episode's Encyclopedia will be Kabuterimon. So I'm actually happy to hear about what happens then. And so the next episode is heavily hinting that we're going to finally get Takeru being the 7th chosen child. Because right before we were cut to our ending song, we see Angemon chained up all in darkness. Wasn't like a crucifix, but he was basically chained up with all this dark energy around him. So, what do I rate this episode? As you know, I do everything out of 5. Pardon me. I do everything out of 5. This is actually a 5 out of 5 episode. Because this time, don't know what was happening last episode. This episode, the animation was on point. Leomon looked great. I'm glad they brought back the original voice actor. He sounds great. It's nice to see Leomon speaking. It's nice to see Minotaurmon, the one that defected, the bad Digimon actually speaking. It adds a lot more depth to our enemies to make sure That they're not just these mindless, evil, dark, taking over beasts. They have some type of agency about them. The exposition, while it wasn't a big one, he did he did give them the name of who their main villain is. This is the guy who we're facing. We're facing Devimon. He's trying to mess up the Holy Digimon. We're gonna stop that. Nice and sweet exposition. We already knew who Leomon was from the episode where Wergurumon appeared. They wrapped that up. They wrapped up the thread of Hikari and her mom trying to find the car, and they wrapped up the. They even touched on what happened last episode. We didn't get a full episode of not hearing about what happened to Sora and the others. I love it when the story actually matters, and a lot of this is making sense. There's not many plot holes. This isn't. There are points in stories where you have to hold off on telling something because in the end the payoff is great. And then there's small threads like, hey, we mentioned Leomon. Here's Leomon. You don't know who your villain is. And we've shown this guy at least 4 times in silhouettes. We showed him the last 2 episodes. We're going to give you his name. We're going to show you who's against him. We're showing you a lot of stuff that you probably remember from the last season. Perfect and excellent, in my honest and humble opinion. And back to the animation, the fight scenes were great. You know, seeing Yamato and Tachi, tag team, not just having Omegamon be their whole, I hate to say mouthpiece, but being their, whole center of offense, seeing them be able to work together with their Digimon while working with each other. They're probably the better tag team. I really look forward to seeing like Joe and Koshiro or Mimi and Sora having their own tag team moments in the future. I really hope that's a thing that happens. Even seeing Hikari, because we know Hikari is going to end up being a Digidestin. A chosen one. I really hope she becomes a chosen one way sooner than what happened in the original, because in the original, they were more than halfway through the entire season before they finally gave her Digivice and her Digimon. So, things are looking really good. I mentioned the fight scene with them working together. The fight scene with Leomon and Minotaurmon, really, really good. It's kind of hyperbole to say it was anime, like really anime, but it was really good anime fight. They didn't pull out their ultimate moves from the get-go. They were fighting, and then they used them as they needed. Very good death scenes. Everything made sense to me. In my opinion, this is an easy 5 out of 5. We're almost on 20 episodes, and I'm really glad they rebounded from that bad animation from the last episode. So, guys, let me know what you think. Please leave a comment down below. Are you excited to see where this is going? Are you happy that we're going to finally get to the original 7 and possibly to the original 8 soon? I know I am. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Angemon and Angelwoman. Angelwoman is one of my favorite Digimon too. So please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified of more videos like this. I give you Digimon videos every Sunday. I usually do them right after I watched it, just so you can get my fresh reactions and my fresh opinions and my fresh thoughts on it. So please, everyone, don't forget to share the video too. So please, be good, be blessed, wear a mask, Black Lives Matter, and I will definitely be seeing you next time.